Hey there, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video as I'm doing the Eddie Murphy Marathon. And I've reviewed this film a couple times and I still may review it again. That's how much I love this film. To the point I even have a poster someone sent to me a long time ago. And that is my all-time favorite Eddie Murphy film, The Golden Child. As Joel Siegel says, Eddie Murphy is a brilliant comedy actor, 24-karat superstar. This is a film that Roger Ebert gave thumbs up, richly deserved. And I figured, why not do a fan commentary? It's probably not going to be much, just me reacting to the film and laughing. There's not a lot of backstory to say about the flick other than it was originally a John Carpenter film, but then he went on to direct Big Trouble in Little China. It was originally going to be a more serious film with Mel Gibson, but it became a more comedic film. This was the follow-up to Beverly Hills Cop, because that was 84, this was 86. And this film made money. It made $80 million. It was one of the top 10 highest grossing films of the year, but Paramount still deemed it a box office disappointment. That's why the film still doesn't have a fucking Blu-ray, has no features. For some reason I thought the film was in widescreen, but it is. I mean, it says right there widescreen, but this needs a Blu-ray for fuck's sake. But I have a pause at the beginning, so if you want to watch along with me, I'll say 3, 2, 1, press play, and we'll go from there. So 3, 2, 1, pressing play. With the Paramount logo coming up. Do not like Paramount as a company because they produce those shitty Michael Bay Ninja Turtle films. They don't put films on Blu-ray like April Fool's Day from 1986, The Hunted with Tommy Lee Jones, this movie. This film is directed by Michael Ritchie, who did Fletch, among many other comedies. Love the production value of Tibet. Love the look of the film. I think it definitely looked like they had a budget behind it. Even that shot with the outside Tibet, you got Charles Dance, my sweet brother Numsy. There's Randall Tex Cobb, who I remember from Uncommon Valor. He's one of our villains who kind of has a change of heart. Then our Golden Child, a boy who is actually played by a girl. The Golden Child is a little girl. And in the movie they say it's a little boy, but it is a little girl that's shaved. I even don't mind the story of this mystical child. I thought it was done well. I thought it was done the right way. And I never understood the hate for this film. Never understood the ridicule of this film. Again, it has good production values. The set design of this Tibet location. I'd love to see how this would look in HD. The score, I know the score was redone. The original, I forget who did the original score, but it was redone by, here we have Michael Colombier. But I love this score. I've listened to the original score. I prefer this one. It definitely gives more of an 80s vibe, but... And this I am drinking Rockstar Energy Whipped Strawberry for the occasion. But I think the score fits the film like a glove. And they're playing off how kind the Golden Child is without the need of words. I really like this whole opening. It shows you tell a story without dialogue. There's no dialogue going on. It's just music and visuals. And you understand what's going on. Charles Dance, our main villain here, he would go on to be in Last Action Hero, Alien 3. But this is the role I always think of him as the most. My sweet brother Numsy. And without dialogue, showcases his magical powers. bring this bird back to life. Hey, bird! You see a little midget in a tree floating? Or was that just me? Phone's ready. Must be Rod Serling. But 1986 was a great year for movies. You had Aliens, you had The Fly, you had Short Circuit, you had Maximum Overdrive, you had this movie, Big Trouble in Little China. Great double feature with this and Big Trouble in Little China. That's why I'm fine John Carpenter didn't do it, because then we got two great films. And like Big Trouble in Little China, this film has James Hahn, has Victor Wan. You have the ordinary guy in an extraordinary situation, whether it be Kurt Russell's character or Eddie Murphy's character here. Again, it shows without dialogue, just tell the whole story. Doesn't need a fucking text crawl that can last 2 minutes. It doesn't need exposition, dialogue, and narration upon narration. We get the idea it's a magical kid. These are vile villains that just kill everybody. This is like our first piece of dialogue and what he can do with the touch, turn bad guys into good. They don't really do that musical scores, like the guitar riffs type of music. The bastards. My sweet brother Numsy, you're an asshole. Go suck your dick. Get your ass out of here. You're being evicted. And we're going, there we go. Best Man in the World song. Eddie Murphy Productions. Good montage of what it was like. Got Rocky and Bullwinkle, the Marlboro Man. See, this is one of those primary examples of a movie where it's an ordinary man in an extraordinary situation, and every reaction he gives, I can see myself doing. I like the type of character he plays. He's a finder of lost children, but he's got attitude. He's cool. I like the look. I like the, I don't know what you call that hat. Pie. But cake. But with cake all over it. This is
chunky asses.
That was really well edited, this montage, seeing all the various places of the city. And that's a time capsule of how Hollywood was at the time it was made compared to now. Again, sort of, Eddie thinking he's tough, boxing this guy, but he's not a Superman. Guy gives him a playful punch and he's just got a dead arm. So it shows that he's not a Superman. He's an ordinary guy. We've all experienced that, getting the dead arm. In the world, best man in the world. See, that's what montages, people don't use that a lot nowadays, but you know, it's nice. Visual is a visual medium. Tells a story in a quick time, get the energy flowing to begin the film. This is Eddie Murphy's character, that old type of TV. I don't know the actor who plays this TV host. He's not having this host bullshit. He's trying to do the right thing, and this guy keeps fucking with him. I'm still nervous. In fact, is there anyone here who's not nervous? Really cheap set this guy has. It has like shitty blue carpet and blue curtains. I mean, what is it? Like this guy's show must cost like $5, and half it went to a really cheap hooker because it's not on the set. Yeah, this TV host is so full of fucking FOSS, full of shit syndrome. This is wonderful. FOS, FOS is full of shit syndrome. This TV host has it, and then some. All you have to do is care about you. Do you recommend this line of work? Can you make a lot of money doing this? And here we have Charlotte Lewis. She does a good job. Why, look, a strong woman. Because apparently that's only happened the past 5 years, and that never happened in the 80s. We never had strong women in the 80s. But there's a strong woman, Charlotte Lewis. She does a good job. She was in this other really good film called Men of War with Dolph Lundgren. Very underrated. This guy just cuts him off. Here we go. Listen, hey, did you kiss my ass? She was last seen on Violent down in North Hollywood, where she had a sweater and a skirt. I'd appreciate it if you contact me at 468-8492. If you have any, shut up, man. If you have any information that leads to the finding of this girl, I'd appreciate it if you contact me. Yo, hey, if you don't put the camera on, I'll bust your ass, man. Leave the camera on. Cheryl Mosley, Chandler Jarrell, 24 hours a day, 468-8492. Now you can talk about whatever you want to talk about with the choices and whatever. Excuse me. There's Chandler Jarrell. Well, I understand that you've had a sex change, correct? Hey, we didn't go way further with the sex change guy. Playing some b-ball here. I'm actually surprised they didn't try to do a comedy where Eddie Murphy was like a coach or something. With his fast mouth and quick wit. Like a type of comedy where he was a coach of a basketball team or a football team or something of that nature. Actually, the same year, 1986, they wanted Eddie for Star Trek 4 because Eddie was a Star Trek fan. But, which I find they didn't do because then again we got two good films, Star Trek 4 and this movie. Here it is, like 10, 11 minutes in, and we're already into the story. It doesn't fuck around for 30 minutes, and then, oh, here's the story 30 minutes later. Like certain films do. It was an hour and 33 minutes. Fast pace.
Who's that? You, Mr. Jarrell. Yeah, right. Okay. I'm in the middle of a basketball game, so I'd love to stay and chat with you.
So look at a big joint.
I'm serious, Mr. Jarrell.
Licking, smoking.
Smoke it.
I think you had two of these.
I think it was two of these, and you smoked the other one. Put it in your bag and stop smoking scrolls. You know, it looks like a joint, and you might get jumped by some Rastafarians walking around. Excuse me, have the game play. I realize it's very hard for you to take in.
You can put this away as a Rastafarians, but I get you.
And it's your destiny to seek some serious psychiatric help. Really, excuse me, can I go play now? Please, go home. Excuse me. I'm such a cute girl, too.
See, this is the movie to me that really showcases Eddie's talent. And this was a PG-13 film. And it shows he can work in PG-13. This is a primary case for that.
What do you got? Not much. 3 days ago, sign goes down and a white truck backs over right up to the front door. The neighbors hear this continual low murmur night and day.
And something this is like a tonal shift with the dead lady. But to me, the tone I thought was still fine because this isn't a kid's film. It's about a golden child they're looking for, but I never thought of it as a kid's movie or a family movie like Double Dragon or even the first Ninja Turtles or something. Even the first Ninja Turtles has some serious stuff in it. So it's not Three Ninjas, which I know there are fans of that. I used to like Three Ninjas when I was a kid. I tried to watch it. I couldn't get into it nowadays. I still love the first two Ninja Turtle films in the 90s, but Three Ninjas I couldn't. That's it. It's a PG-13 film, but just because PG-13 doesn't mean I want it talked down to me as if I'm 10 years old. So I like little bits like this sort of creepy moment where you have this blood and the... Yeah. I like the editing with the music, taking the picture. Ding! I love the score to this. Well, funny enough, one of the Ninja Turtle video games, I think for Super Nintendo, had this music. It was a little bit different, and it does sound better in the movie than the... But it was just wow, like, I'm a Ninja Turtles fan, and some of the music actually had music of that piece of music. Got so excited I kicked the fucking stand, but... But the reason also the tonal, I don't think it's that much of a tonal shift. It was established at the beginning these guys are very bad guys. I mean, they killed all these monks and things of that nature. Like Howard the Duck, that's a movie that doesn't know what his tone is. This film, I think, does.
Look, what makes you think the kid was in the house?
This is a strange curse. I must restrain him both spiritually and physically. We need to keep evil on all four sides of him at all times. Just the writing wouldn't be enough, that they need to augment with something else.
Or what?
Or the child projects himself as dream.
That's what I mean, like the natural reaction, like you're told that, what would you do? You just laugh it off.
So you're telling me that the people that killed Cheryl, if I find them, they're the same people that kidnapped the golden child kid.
And you tell that he doesn't buy into the story, but if it leads him to the perpetrators, then okay, he'll go along with it. It was a natural reaction. That's what I mean. It's a real reaction to it.
There is something we could ask about the blood.
This is LA. You gonna ask somebody about the blood? Are they in this world? You have to project their part of the galaxy.
Do we have to project there? Or is it in this galaxy? Ah, there's James Hahn, Lopan himself. James Hahn has been in a lot of other stuff too, but most remember him as Lopan, the bad guy in Big Trouble in Little China. He was also Blade Runner and many other movies. And Murray's like, okay, yep. I don't know. It's like, yeah, right on.
spit you out.
And that's why I also like these weird character situations Eddie gets himself in, like this weird lady in this behind this glass. And like, how would you react to seeing this?
You may speak with her. She can't hear you. Tell me about the golden child.
In 3,000 generations, a perfect child is born.
Just Eddie Murphy's reaction to it, like
He has come to rescue us.
he's not buying this bullshit.
Rescue us from what?
From ourselves. He is the bringer of compassion. If he dies, compassion will die with him.
You know how movies,
So if something
what you
happens
want to
the kid,
do
the
is
whole world
you
goes
put
down?
yourself in the hero's situation, the hero's
Ah,
shoes. This film really does that well.
Listen, who would want to take the kid anyway?
Those who want evil.
Because you can't have them believe it so easily. Just such an outlandish.
Can you be a little bit more specific?
But you can't have it too much, otherwise it
Well,
becomes,
could you tell me
you
why
get annoyed
you
at the
took me trying
hero.
making me blood?
Nothing in this world will hurt him. But
So no, of
if he were
course
to
not.
pollute himself with anything impure,
Oh, of
he
course.
would become vulnerable.
No shit.
Okay, so if he eats the blood, they can kill him.
Yes.
Oh,
He's like, oh, of course.
Do you have any other questions?
as a matter of fact, I do. What are you doing this weekend? Because your silhouette is kicking. Typically, play some maracas too?
I forgot about that. She plays the maracas.
Yes.
Of course, later on you find out she's a snake lady, but
She's the librarian of the secret repository at Palcosin. She was flown here to help us. She's over 300 years old.
And how'd she manage that?
One of our ancestors was raped by a dragon.
Does that happen a lot when you're first?
see, I can't help it. Like, almost anything Eddie says in this movie makes me laugh because it's natural. It's not forced. It's
Look, I'm sorry I got a little harsh. Why don't you come up for a while?
I bind to every one. They feel honest. His reactions. They feel
Oh. Oh.
What is it?
Spirits.
just clicks for me.
Spirits. The spirits just told me that you should come up
Have a drink.
for a little while and have a drink and wait for further instructions. Look, I'm sorry. Well, I'm sorry. I watch you come.
I am the chosen one.
Okay.
Here we go. Spirits will be very angry.
You know, they say you should always give a woman 2 chances to say no just in case.
That's no, twice.
All right. But the spirits are going to be very upset. You know, I am the chosen one. Okay.
You know what's funny? This is stuff like Guardians of the Galaxy and these movies do nowadays, where they take a crazy concept and they take the piss out of it, or even like Deadpool and all these movies, and they get the praise and pass. And I like those movies, but yet when the Golden Child did it, or like Cuffs, which is an underrated one with Christian Slater, they get ignored and forgotten. So I don't understand that. Cuffs is another good flick. But yeah, enough of the story's taken seriously. That's not a parody. It's not Scary Movie. Although I don't hate Scary Movie. It's not, Naked Gun. The seriousness is played for its purpose. Yeah, this is Randall Tex Cobb, who I remember from, like I said before, Oncoming Valor. Very likable character in that movie. Big product placement for Pepsi. I think this is a stop motion animation. I don't know because there's no special features, so can't fucking know where he makes the little can come to life. But it makes sense because the kid is about enlightenment and good nature, so he wants to do things the nice way. No evil, no anger. It's good stop motion animation, that's why I like the scene. They don't really do stop motion animation nowadays. And here's the dick. Doing everything.
You will eat.
Eat my ass. My sweet brother Nomsay.
And the rest of your playthings out of here.
If you're not gonna put your arms through the coat, don't have a coat at all, fuckface. Fuck your bowl. See, it was a Pepsi can. If you had Mellow Yellow can, maybe you would have gotten out of there. And the little plants, at least a little bit of a plot to show how he can sustain himself without eating. Those little plants, I guess, help. But see, I can understand that on my own. I don't need 30 minutes of fucking exposition. Because there are movies that try to explain themselves too fucking much. Which is why some movies are way too damn long. This is where Eddie's character has a vision. Looks like this cocoon outside. Talk about the movie Cocoon. I know people make fun of the effects, but I think for 1986, they're still fine. I don't have that much of a problem with the effects. It's not aliens, but it's fine.
Bird, did you just see a little Hare Krishna midget in a tree floating? Or is it me?
Must be Rod Serling.
It must be Rod Serling. Yeah.
You're the guy on TV looking for Showmos.
Yeah.
I know the bastards. Grabbed her.
Okay, who's she with?
Nice detail in the background, a lot of the missing
Yeah, who's she with?
posters for other kids.
Bikers called the Yellow Dragons. She was with them last week, but she ain't there now.
Okay, who is this? Hello?
That's one thing you don't see a lot nowadays either. Bikers. I mean, other than Sons of Anarchy, I guess. But other than Sons of Anarchy, I guess a little bit of Ghost Rider, there's not a lot of like, you don't see a lot of biker movies. What was the last one? Biker Boys? Which, maybe that's why. Just after shit like Biker Boys and, what was that other fucking one?
No.
That was trying to be like Fast and Furious, but with bikes.
Get any other eventualities. Listen,
I can't fucking
you
remember.
wait here.
Torque. That's what it was, Torque.
What are you going to do?
I'll stay here.
No, you stay here now. There's a problem, get behind the wheel, drive away. Understand? Okay? You got that? Stay in me. Good.
But lo and behold, this is an 80s film where it's the the male lead who isn't the best fighter, but the woman who's strong and saves the guy's ass. But again, apparently this only happened the last 5 years. Never in the 80s, but it did in this film, but people don't talk about it. I know Black Panther was nominated for Best Picture. I think this film's better than Black Panther. The scene alone.
I don't want no trouble.
Try to sneak in.
No trouble. I just
Accidentally leads to a family's barbecue.
want some chips. I want some chips. That's all. I don't want the chips.
Turn that over, man. It's burning.
That's it. Turn that over, man. It's burning. It's burning. Turn it over. It's burning. Just want some chips.
Ah, yes. Body Talk by the band Rat. When I first started on YouTube, my first account, I did music videos. And one of them was a Steven Seagal tribute to the song Body Talk. We talk, we have body talk, we like body talk, and that's the me. I like this song. We talk, we have body talk, and that's the me. Again, I do like that song. It's a good song. And here's Charlotte Lewis ready to throw down. Kick ass. She can pick lock, she can kick ass, she can do martial arts. She even overpowers a guy, I remember. It came out December 1986. It made $79.8 million on a $25 million budget, so it was a hit. A whole box of Tic Tacs. Take as many as you want, please.
In my pocket, there's a whole thing of Tic Tacs. Take as many as you like, please.
Here we get some nice kick-assery. And Charlotte Lewis did a good job. She handled herself well. Just going to town on these motherfuckers. Well, fuck you and your broken bottle. And we got a wet t-shirt, so even more props. Just kick the fucking door down on the guy and just slam.
What are you doing?
But it's nice that the hero gets some moments too. Nice. Nut punch. Fuck you, son of a bitch. Nice stunt there. Good work on the stuntman on that.
Why'd you come in here? Didn't I tell you not to come in? I told you to stay in the car. I'm not going to lecture you. I'm not going to turn this into a lecture. The next time I tell you to do something, you do it, all right? This is a man thing. Man shit happening here. You're not supposed to. This is no place for a woman to be. You understand me? The next time I tell you to do something, do it. I don't want you to hurt. This is, okay, can I handle this, okay?
Now it says here, Dennis Feldman, a professional photographer whose only writing credit was just one of the guys, wrote a script called The Rose of Tibet, which he planned as a Raymond Chandler movie with supernatural elements. It attracted Hollywood's attention, and after bidding more, Paramount Pictures purchased the script for $300,000. Alan Silvestri was set to provide the score, but turned the project down. John Barry did the score. He left the project when both differences with the producers and test screening feedback. So they got Michael Colombier, which is with synth pop.
had that restaurant down on Broadway, and
Some of his musical cues
we traded her
did remain in the film,
and a quarter
but it's
fried
basically
rice.
Michael Cohen beer.
Somebody want to buy some. He needed a girl. What?
And Ann Wilson was the woman who sang "The Best Man in the World."
You're gonna go over there and rough him up, right? Don't tell him I told you. So let me get this right. You sold her. Yeah.
And so you get the real theme of the character, like, you sold her, fuck you. And this is what I mean by this film being so underrated. Eddie Murphy himself, and Rolling Stone interview in 1989 says, "My pictures make their money back, no matter how I feel. For instance, about The Golden Child, which was a piece of shit. The movie made more than $100 million, which it did. I don't know where he got that. So who am I to say it sucks?" Oh yeah, Eddie, so why did you do Night Professor or Night Professor 2, The Clumps, or Norbit, or Imagine That, or Meet Dave, or 1,000 Words, all films that are truly pieces of shit? Golden Child is not a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit. No, if you don't like the film, to yourself, but I don't get Eddie Murphy's hate for it. I really don't. Never will.
See this dead girl? Last time she was
Thing's
seen
bullshit.
Now you tell Mr. Tony as a guest, I'm gonna bust your ass. Yeah!
Oh shit. And we're already in the next fight scene. So, fast pace.
You should have fit about the karate shit. Okay?
Here's where she overpowers the guy. Here you go.
How'd you do that? What was that with the flip?
What was that with the flip? Sorry, there's not much info on the film, so it's hard to talk about, like, backstory on the movie. Because Eddie Murphy hates the film, everyone else hates the film, and again, I'll never understand why, but this guy who plays Tommy Ton, the actor's name is Peter Kwan. And if that actor looks familiar, I was about ready to get killed here. I forget what kind of weapon that is that he's holding, Peter Kwan. Yeah, right in the face. But Peter Kwan, the guy who just died, he was in Big Trouble in Little China. He was Rain, the character Rain. So again, the Big Trouble in Little China reference. He played one of the three storms, Rain.
I didn't kill him. What happened? I don't know.
He was also in this film called Gleam in the Cube, which is a good one.
Really? Hey, I don't know. Maybe the guy thought that I was coming and got scared and figured, what the hell, and killed himself. You buy that?
No.
Neither do I.
I think I should tell you we may be up against supernatural creatures.
Like what?
Because let's see, I'm just looking on trivia on IMDb. The Golden Child is a girl, and her name is J.L. Reet. Charlize was only 18 when she filmed this film.
It will be too late.
George Miller was Eddie Murphy's first choice. He turned it down because Murphy kept him waiting at a meeting for 4 hours. Well, I like George Miller, but I like the film we have. It was intended as a serious adventure drama with Bill Gibson. Gibson turned it down. Eddie Murphy replaced him. The script was rewritten as a partial comedy.
To kill Tommy Tom.
Dr. Claw, Inspector Gadget.
You have no reason to fear him.
People make fun of this scene. I actually like the effects.
Do not underestimate the power of good, and do not dismiss the strength of the child.
I wouldn't say it's perfect, but I like the look of it.
The blood. What must I do? Move the child before the chosen one draws near.
This pan backward too.
The Ajante dagger. It is not of this world. With it you could kill the child. But Lord, it is so well guarded. How can I offer to exchange the child for it? They can refuse nothing for its safe return. Use the Ajante dagger. With it, you need no other evil. Use that dagger.
If I had fun with these effects, some fucking skyscraper with the Rock. I just imagine afterwards, like, Gadget! I'll get you next time, Gadget. The devil, whatever he is. It says here, I don't know if this is true, on IMDb, there's a teaser trailer in the summer of '86 featuring no footage from the film, consisting of Eddie Murphy riding a yacht through a blizzard, complaining, "If I'm the chosen one, how come I'm freezing while you're sitting in a warm movie theater? Why could someone choose me to go to Bahamas?" Vilmo Sidman did the cinematography for the teaser, which remains unreleased on home video and unavailable on YouTube. I've never heard that before, so I don't know if that's bullshit or not. Eddie Murphy trashed the movie while promoting Coming to America, saying the original script was far better than the finished product. Whatever. Sorry, I like this more than Coming to America, Eddie. Eddie, what have you done for me lately? Because this is a dream sequence. Wish, yeah, there's a weirdness, quirkiness to it, but I just imagine, like a lot of dreams aren't, at least dreams a lot of people I know have, and I have, they don't come out not quirky.
Get your monkey off my back.
So the quirkiness of that, he has his own studio audience and applause.
With time. Yeah, fool, save it.
Sells more the idea of it being a dream.
Wait a second.
I just like the quirky nature of it.
This is a dream. I'm dreaming. Hey, why'd you say that, Mr. Yarrow? Because people like food with his monkey face and the big head guy and the fat dude and you don't exist for real. It's the dream. Perhaps I've had a thought here to make you a very attractive offer. Well, I don't think I can accept the proposal this early this season. Thank you. Has it ever occurred to you how many men of less worth than yourself obtain so many of life's rewards, while you, who can imagine so much, have so very little? I can't say that it has. I'm not that lucky. I don't have that much of an imagination. I really don't like your attitude. You know, this is a nice jacket. It's a Morris Day feel. It looks good on you in the boots. Smoking. I'll repeat my offer one last time. I am dreaming, so I can pretty much say anything and get away with it, so...
From my heart.
I think I'll say... From my heart.
Kiss my ass.
Kiss my ass.
Kiss my ass.
Kiss my ass! I can see that it's pointless talking to you, Mr. Yarrow. Why do you insist on mispronouncing my name, leaving the J silent? My name is Jarrell, J. Yes, I know. You know, my legs are much more attractive. I'm willing to make an exchange. I will trade the child for the Yanti dagger. This is just a reminder of the evening. Something so that you'll know you were here.
Yes.
Supposed to feel pain in the dream. You're going to remember this evening for a very long time. Excuse me for a moment. I'll be right back. Do you have any methylate or mercurochrome? Because this might get infected. Tell your friends that Sardo Nomspa sends his greetings.
Sorry, now I'm just watching the film. I'm not saying anything. Again, I'm pre-recording these videos, so I haven't uploaded my review of, say, Trading Places. But I ask, once again, what is so great about Trading Places compared to this film? I really ask. Because I'm laughing 10 times more in this film than I did at Trading Places.
What are you doing?
Eddie Murphy has more to do. The supporting cast is enjoyable. The score.
And then afterwards, I was thinking maybe we could like spend some time together. Some time together. Nature. I think so.
The quirkiness of his drama. But it's when, the 80s had creativity. They had imagination. That's one staple with movies, is that when people wake up from a bad dream, they sit right up. Try doing that in real life. It's really hard to sit all the way up after having a nightmare. Like, if you ever had a nightmare and you woke up, did you ever sit all the way up? Not really. It's more like,
His death was a great loss. Sardo needed to kill the child, and you can only use it to save it. You must obtain a knife and lure Mumspa into freeing the child. But you must never let him get possession of the knife.
I want the
Sounds like a pretty
knife?
neat trick, but how am I supposed to pull it off?
If need be, we want to exchange the dagger for the child.
If the advocate can't return, you understand it.
Wait a second. If the kid's so important, why doesn't this guy just give you the dagger?
It's a very difficult man. Tomorrow, we will go with Kinan to Tibet to obtain the dagger.
Hey man, I ain't going to no Tibet just because I had a crazy dream. This is going to be ridiculous.
Only the chosen one can obtain the knife.
Where you go?
Listen, this chosen one thing is going too far now, okay? This is not normal, okay? I'm not saying no, but I have to think this over because the chosen one thing, too far.
Could you please leave us for a moment?
Yes, y'all talk it over because this is not a normal thing and it should be discussed because it's not normal. Talk. Chosen one. I'm the chosen one. Why? Tibet. Why can't somebody choose me to go to the Bahamas? I got to get chosen to go to Tibet. This is really... And Kyla, you're not a normal chick. You're too shy and need to open up. You can't sit in this basement naked, smoking cigarettes, looking at soap operas for the rest of your life.
So you basement naked. Yak, going. Go eat the yana. Nothing wrong with my yana. Like, is this a scene you needed in the film? No, but I think it's pretty damn hilarious.
Yeah, growing. What is it? Yeah, growing. Good to keep the yang up. Ain't nothing wrong with my yang.
But I say that, why is this film so hated? I keep harping on that.
Right.
Like, what is so great about Trading Places? I don't hate Trading Places, but what is so great about that? Like, Dan Aykroyd's a likable character, fucking stock market, and a gorilla raping a guy in a gorilla suit.
I was just checking.
That's what happens in the movie. In the third act, they put a guy in a gorilla suit and with a real gorilla who's in love with the guy in a gorilla suit ready to fuck him in the ass. Put his banana up the tailpipe, so to speak. And shitload stock market, but an adventure movie. We're going to various places, from Hollywood to Tibet, martial arts, supernatural, fantasy, Eddie on top of his game. Great score. And yes, I like it more than Coming to America, where he goes into the realm of playing 15 fucking
I want
characters.
you to go to bed.
You know, I'd rather play one character excellently than 15 characters.
Really cold.
And I don't hate Coming to America either. I like Coming to America, but
Me and you stay here all weekend long.
in my opinion, Golden Child is better than both of them.
Sweating, smiling, everything.
You won't go.
It's freezing in Tibet. Hey,
Is that the
where you
bed?
going?
To bed.
But I'm the chosen one. Me, you can't get the night. I'll go to bed. Wait. But if it's really cold, you gotta come back here. Okay? You're not in a rush to leave like this minute, are you? A bed.
Bed.
Is that a bed?
Thankfully, I've not been on that many plane rides, so I haven't had to experience this bullshit. God, can you imagine on a plane, look at this. Fucking smoking and all this stuff. I'm laughing at the lip Eddie made with listening to that music. It just giving Charlize the dirty eye. Then later on, I think when they're coming back, I'll go to the baby. Hey, move Kuja. I'll be there.
Bulls and shit walking around. It's cold.
Today to the mountains and we will be at the heights of heaven.
I thought this was the best part of it. Look, I'm freezing and I'm not enjoying myself. I want you to
I
know
would love to have seen a sequel to this as well, but Eddie Murphy hated it, so
You know,
how would that? Why would that happen? And so many other people hate it.
Hours to look around.
You know what? Maybe a sequel instead of the Golden Child would be like the Golden City, like his version of an Indiana Jones type of movie. And there's some supernatural in Indiana Jones as well. They have him, looking for this Golden City, and I don't know. I'm just thinking off the top of my head.
hey, look at it. How much is the buddy? Some funny one to run this stuff. About 4:30, but I don't think I'm be able to make it to the party. Well, let's go bull later.
Yes, and this is where we'll be introduced to Victor Wong. May he rest in peace. Really enjoyed Victor Wong. Big Trouble in China's A. Chin. He was in Prince of Darkness. You know what? If he was still with us, I think he would have been the perfect voice for Splinter in a Ninja Turtles movie. Because he had that right voice for it.
Take it easy.
And Victor Wong just has a lot of warmth
You
to
want me to
him.
buy one of your necklaces? Okay, I'll buy one. Okay, let me have the blue one. All right. How much is? I don't know how much they cost though. One of those. Okay. Let me have the blue one. Matches my coat.
And that medallion will come into play later. Help save him at the end of the
Hey, wait a
film.
second. You take 100.
Dude,
Take
100.
100. No, that's no. See the $1. See the $1 to you. See the George Washington? That's Benjamin
That ain't
Franklin.
happening.
That's not happening. You got the wrong money. Can I have my money back? And you gave me the wrong necklace too.
You're breaking my heart, asswipe.
We speak English just fine.
So do you, so what of it?
Hey, listen, man. Give me my 100 back. Take this dollar and take this and give me the right one.
Monkey rats, puke face, eat all turtles fine.
Okay, tell you what, just give me my shit, you take your shit.
What's pocket?
Okay, you slick shit. You sneaky little bastard.
You want your money? Take it.
You see a little naked man running around with $100 bill? Arrange for that to turn you some favors. You didn't see a little naked bum with $100.
No, we can arrange for one.
You got to show up sooner or later. And when you do, your ass is kicked. I'ma sell your clothes. Leave you a Kathmandu, naked and bleeding with no money. You little dirty bastard. You took my money.
The dude that took my $100 could have got a boat with a motor.
If that bum didn't take my $100 because I got a boat with a motor.
Shut up and paddle.
Yeah, I'm a paddle. I'm a paddle that ass when I find. I'm a paddle your ass when I find you. I know you use this rope. I'm gonna roll your ass till it bleeds.
My favorite line in the movie is right there. It's my favorite line. Beautiful locations too. Beautiful. I'm guessing this piece of music is the John Barry
Yeah, we better have a
score that was left in.
Cause my ass is
Some of this in
frozen to
Tibet. On the trivia, it said one of the houses after Eddie Murphy gets home from Tibet was used in Hard to Kill, Steven Seagal. It's interesting. If you believe IMDb trivia. Maybe that wasn't John Barry. Maybe it was still this Michael Columbia, which I don't know what else the guy has done. Of course, anytime someone thinks of this movie, this is the scene they remember. The, I want the knife.
We have come to offer the sacred cross-dagger of Adonti
For what reason?
for the golden child
He does not need it.
to save his life.
The child lives for our sakes, not for his own.
I humbly beg you, let us have the knife.
Let him ask it.
Here we go. The scene, anybody thinks of this movie, this is what they think of.
I said, I want the knife.
It still works, yeah. Let the mask begin.
Let him ask again.
I've seen this film a lot of times, yes. This is one of my, honestly, this is one of my all-time favorite movies. It'd be in my top 10. That's how much I love it. It might be my favorite comedy of all
I
time.
want the knife.
I really do believe it might be my all-time favorite comedy. Because there's not, I mean, it's hard for, for anyone, for them to watch a comedy repeatedly and still laugh. But this one does. And I still really enjoy it to this day.
Only a man whose heart is pure can wield a knife. And he is such a man. You will have it.
Only a man whose heart is pure
Can wield a knife.
can wield the knife.
Whose ass is
Only a
narrow.
man whose ass is narrow can get that next step. And if mine is such an ass, then I shall have it. Shit.
Beyond the door is a corridor. At the other end is the sacred Ajante dagger. You walk to the other end of the corridor and retreat. The dagger is yours.
That sounds simple enough.
Just one thing. You must
You
carry
want
this
the hole
glass of
now?
water without spilling one drop.
Who are you, Monty Hall now? Must be Caramel.
Who is Monty Hall, by the way? I should know that, but who is Monty Hall?
As pure as the water. And this water ain't really that pure. Neither are you. I give you this advice. Stay on the path. You got it.
And I love this scene because it's the closest Eddie's ever gotten to an adventure movie. This journey he takes to get this knife. And that's what I mean. Like, I see a scene like this. If he did a sequel called like The Golden City, and maybe he has to save another kid, or he has to save someone, or save Charlotte Lewis, or save someone, or like a kid knows where the city's at and he's been kidnapped, and Eddie has to save the kid, and you still have supernatural elements. Again, like Indiana Jones films did. All of them did. Even Temple of Doom. I mean, the guy's heart gets taken out and he's still alive. And the Sankara stones. I mean.
That's a piece of cake, okay?
Yeah. There's the ground, Monty. There's no ground here. I like the look of this too. I like the.
Hey, there's no ground. Wait a minute. There's the ground. You making it look like there's no ground. To see if I would be scared and run back and say, there's the ground. There's the ground, Monty.
And nothing. Can't hear shit.
There's no ground here. Oh, shit. Remember, stay on the path. I heard you the first time. Let's just hope the path stays underneath.
Well, I see some drops out of the glass, so he failed already. Sorry about that. If you guys could pause for a moment, my webcam fucked up, so it stopped. That's why you heard that bubba sound. And then I just said fuck it and got another thing to drink, so I'll put these videos together. But I'm paused at 1 hour, 1 minute, and 9 seconds. So if you guys are there, 1 hour, 1 minute, 9 seconds. I'll say 3, 2, 1, press play. That's when I press play, but you know, what can you do? Sometimes these things happen. Not the biggest deal, but still an annoyance. I'll repeat one final time. I'm paused at 1 hour, 1 minute, and 9 seconds of this 1 hour, 33 minute, 22 second movie. 3, 2, 1, pressing play. Nice explosion there. Practical explosion, not CGI.
I thought you said I was supposed to stay on the path. Yes, but you must know when to break the rules. But how many people have survived this test?
None.
None! None! I'm gonna break your ass back out of here!
Now it's funny, if you watch the trailer, that's not Victor Wong's voice saying none, it's another voice, so it's funny how you watch the trailer, the voice that says none is different than in the movie. But yeah, it was cool seeing sort of this journey of him getting a knife, that they didn't make it too easy. And I think this is a good sequence, I really do. Almost drank the water. Now, Michael Ritchie, the director, had done The Bad News Bears in the 70s.
What am I doing wrong?
Student Buys, which I don't mind.
I follow your rules. What am I doing wrong?
The Island from 1980, which I don't mind. And then he did Fletch, Wildcats, this movie, The Couch Trip with Dan Aykroyd and Walter Matthau, Fletch Lives, Cops and Robertsons, The Scout, and the last film he did was A Simple Wish with Martin Short and Kathleen Turner. And he passed away in 2001. But Michael Ritchie, may he rest in peace. I think he made a great movie. Has a 5.1, 5.9 IMDb, which I think is way too fucking low. I think it should be a lot higher. I turn on the goddamn lights.
Turn on the goddamn light.
Now that bit of score might have been John Barry. Could be wrong though.
What is it, ass white?
It's not typical you hear Victor Wan say stuff like that. Call someone an asswipe, but it's fun.
I'm gonna let that slide because I understand it's your way. Don't press your life. I know that you're a very old and wise, disgusting guy. Just gonna wipe that right on your jacket, huh? But I was wondering what a man says to a woman from your world when he wants to make her understand that he loves her and he wants to marry her. If you took the short path and reach enlightenment...
This music may be John Barry as well, because they said some of his music was left in there. Could be wrong.
Remain pure. What are you talking about, pure? What do you mean? You know what I mean. Oh, I mean. Is it a long way? It takes 10,000 lifetimes. Well, we don't have that much time, do we? No women. What else? For you? You must trust someone you have no reason to trust. You must make a promise.
I miss Victor Wan because he
You must love someone who loves you.
had good presence, and you just from his eyes, his demeanor, you tell he had a warm heart to him. That's what I mean. Like, to me, I think of him as like Master Splinter for the Ninja Turtles. I know that's a weird notion, but that warm-hearted father figure type.
Get that logo off your jacket before it frees up. Scratch yourself. You can keep that 100 because there's no telling what might be on the bill when you get it back.
I can't help it. This is one of those comedies I laugh at almost every bit. I mean, it just feels natural to me. And Eddie Murphy had fire and energy. It wasn't just constant shitty kids films. Like, imagine that, and fucking, or shitty films like Norbit, Pluto Nash. Yeah, I believe this is John Barry.
If you touch his heart, there's nothing you wouldn't do.
But I can see why the test audience, if this was the type of music through the entire film, let me see why audience is like, I'm not sure. And the synth pop score I do prefer. But for this scene, it works here.
It's very hard not to. Those magnificent Americans. So much power and so little understanding what to do with it.
Yeah, they got a point.
What should I do? You must help him save the golden child. And follow your heart.
This is a sweet moment, and then you find out that it's actually her father.
You're welcome, daughter. And when you want to marry him, you have my blessing.
Not corny, not over the top.
Let me on the plane with this two-foot knife.
Yes, they will.
They won't. I'm going to jail.
Yeah, that happened today too. If you had a 2-foot knife in the airport.
It's not going to work.
Not much has changed.
Spend the rest of my life in the clay cell in Kathmandu. Another cab?
Back.
Listen, there's no way they can let me on the plane with a 2-foot knife under my shirt.
Relax, just trust in your destiny.
You trust in your destiny.
Come to me, please. Nothing is necessary.
See?
What are you all right?
Oh, these are just my drawers. This is my clean ones. These are dirty ones. You never find a catch. Come on, hurry up. Thank you. Look, just once I want to go back to America. I'm a citizen, okay? What's this? What are you looking at? It just doesn't know how good to see another American citizen. Hold it right there. No, I'm not crazy. I'm Agent Chandler Jarrell from the American Stolen Artifacts Foundation.
And like Epson Foley, using his bullshit tactics and his wit to get himself in and out of situations. He's more Epson Foley in this than Burial's Cop 3.
Nobody be alarmed. I'm Chandler Jarrell, American Stolen
Quickly
Artifacts
flashlight.
Foundation of America. And,
But throw it around so no one can see it.
Catch this man, Freddie, this piece of shit back there. And I thank you, and I thank the good people of Nepal. A bunch of brains technology. I thank you, sir. You are one hell of a leader, because you, the key, the cunning, the instinct, is brilliant. And you can.
This has to be ad-lib.
The same glare in your eye of brilliance. You don't even know what you did, but you're brilliant anyway.
Brilliance born out of ignorance.
Best brilliance is brilliance born out from someone ignorant. This is my assistant, Kinang here, and we thank you all. It's Agent 69, and we thank you all. The people of Nepal, we thank you.
Eddie Peel.
Beautiful, brilliant people. Nepal! N-E-P-A-L! Viva Nepal! Viva Nepal!
The comments, the right comments. Your comments, your comments.
Yes. I wouldn't eat that food either. They just served him a fucking newspaper. Not even a plate. Rocking this music.
I don't want to know about you. And if I don't go in mind, people will.
That's your Charlotte Lewis laugh.
I am Murphy, good mess.
I think right there he said Ed Murphy is cool.
Welcome back. Hey, this is your problem now.
Thank you. You did a marvelous job in the painting tonight.
My sweet brother
We'll be
Numsy.
spending the next few days at a house of a certain friend.
When do you think we'll be contacted about it?
Certain friends. That Steve Stroll is at the Seagal House in Hard to Kill. The trivia says.
That's the man, Chandler Jarrell. If he doesn't return my property, I want him arrested. Welcome home, Mr. Jarrell.
I should be purged. I should be flogged.
I'm sorry, Lucy. I should be punished. Everyone I have stolen from my brother, Lumpy. Officer, it is your duty to take me in. Please, purge me. I'm ashamed of myself. I should be arrested. I should be purged. I should be flogged. I don't deserve to walk amongst you. But I am a swine. I am a wretch. I don't deserve to live like others. I don't think you can keep up this miserable masquerade. Well, until I get arrested, or until you realize the rules of evidence in this country. See, if I get arrested, they take me and they put me in a jail cell.
And it shows how smart Eddie Murphy's character is too.
And they put that little room and they put Exhibit A, a little sticker says Exhibit A on it.
It's not a
That's
dumb
it, the room.
character. It's not a hothead.
And the knife sits in this little room until the trial comes up, which can be anywhere from a month to a year. So if you get me arrested, there's no telling when you're going to get your name.
Well, a strong, smart character who happens to be black. But apparently that never happened before until the last couple years.
Look, I don't care who you are.
That's what I mean. It's like people just wipe out history
I could destroy you. Just
and
like that.
forget about films like this, and then the same films they treat like shit like this. It's better than a lot of the films today.
And I'll give you the knife. Then no one will have to be destroyed.
Just like that.
My brother's forgiven me. He, Dr. Long, Brother Numsi has forgiven me. Dear brother, thank you, thank you, thank you. Mwah, it was wonderful.
Doctor, what did you tell him?
I told him next time I saw him I wasn't going to be as polite.
You are foolhardy, aren't you?
Well, I do my best.
That does look like the house from Hard to Kill. Okay. It does look like that one with the Steven Seagal film. I can see, yeah. If that's the case, I can see it. Like the outside of the house and the property, like the white fences. Because remember Seagal's character driving through that stuff with Kelly LeBrock. I like Hard to Kill. I mean, I did a marathon where I reviewed all the Steven Seagal films, and that's one of the flicks I do enjoy. Sorry about the clear in my throat.
No, I think I'm going to sleep right here.
Good night.
Why the hell wouldn't you want to be in bed with Charlotte Lewis? What are you doing? And these guards are worthless. Worthless fucking guards. You think for the Golden Child they would hire better fucking guards? Hire like Dolph Lundgren or something. There you go, Eddie Murphy and Dolph Lundgren in The Golden City. The two of them have to team up. I'll watch that movie. Came out like 89 instead of Harlem Nights. Fuck yeah, I'd rather watch that movie than Harlem Nights. Which has its good points, but I'm not a big fan of Harlem Nights.
I don't like this. Let's get out of here.
But yeah, you notice like how many Eddie Murphy films don't have Blu-rays? Like Another 48 Hours, The Golden Child, Metro. I don't think The Distinguished Gentleman has one. I don't even think Boomerang has one. Could be wrong. But a lot of Eddie Murphy films don't. Beverly Hills Cop 2, if you get the overseas like Blu-ray set with all three, it's just ridiculous since how much money Eddie Murphy made for that studio. I don't care if it's like CBS or Viacom's fault, it's still bullshit. Or Paramount being a pair of pricks. Some good flips. I couldn't do them. But they don't make the male character useless either. He's actually doing some stuff. And for what they have to be, the fight scenes are fine. I mean, I would say the fight scenes are better in Big Trouble in Little China, but they work for what they're supposed to be. Nice emotion, Eddie's face there. I think they leave Eddie behind because they don't think of him as a threat.
The night with you to obligate you. I spent the night with you because I love you.
And there's nice emotion in Eddie's eyes. Some glistening, watery, but not too over the top.
She is beyond this world of pain.
You can save her. The golden child can bring her back. As
And then he's
long
tired
as
of the
the light
bullshit.
still shines on her body. No more magic and no more riddles, all right? Yeah!
That's not the best effect, I can admit.
We'll find the child.
Of the movies, I think that's one of the weaker effects. It's probably where they didn't hold on it too long. But, you know, it's 1986, I'm not going to... And it goes by really quick, I'm not going to get too mad about it. Makes the butterfly come alive, and then this is where the change comes for Tex Cobb's character. I thought this was another nice montage. Again, telling the story without needing a ton of dialogue or countless exposition dialogue. You just get it. There's a time limit. There's the bird he's seen before. Let's follow him. And I like the idea of this bird. It's a good-looking bird, too. I like the color. I think they said the name of it on the trivia, but I forget the exact name of that bird, or the type of bird it is. Especially like the red portion of it. And yeah, it's not like a big, intricate battle, but when I'm going to see an Eddie Murphy film, I'm not really looking for that. If it was Schwarzenegger or Stallone or Van Damme, sure, but for this, it works just fine. Sure, the weird atmosphere of this place, just candles on the floor and just how empty it is. I wonder if that was cut back a little bit for the PG-13 rating. Like he struggled more, you heard like more of a neck break or something. Oh, there's a neck break there. They definitely don't have a lot of security in here. But I mean, throughout the film, we've only seen a couple of these bad guys. Like when they got Charlotte Lewis, we only saw this group of people.
I'm gonna get you out of here, okay? Hey, where's your boss? You keep eye on the kid. Don't worry about that. I'm the chosen. This isn't gonna take too long. My dear sweet brother, look at me. I can see you're busy right now. Come back some other time. There's no keys in the car. There's no keys. Oh, come on. Come on, come on, come on! Everything's gonna be okay. Fasten your seatbelt, kid.
Definitely a convenient way to start the car and seatbelts. Don't have to do it yourselves.
Somebody give you a value or what? The kind of thing I got to laugh with you from. I feel like I'm ashamed myself.
See, that's what I mean. Like, I don't know if you get that a lot nowadays, where literally asking this kid, someone slip you a Valium with how calm he is. I feel like shit all over myself. Nice, dark atmosphere, spooky environment.
You ain't gonna help me with the change. Just go keep running, right? Hey, wait!
I really like that shot, the shadow going over the opening with that ladder. It's like they knew they didn't have the best effects, so have some smoke and mirrors to hide it. Although I like the design of the creature. Some good, nice spectacle at the end too. That's pretty cool, you know, having the whole ground cave in like that. Sorry I've been talking much, I've just been sort of watching the movie now, so it got pulled into it. It's hard doing a commentary when you didn't work on the film, so you don't know any of the production secrets or... like that look that the creature got fucked up from the rubble. See that medallion that Victor Wong gave him? Protected him. Figured he'll go with moment for Eddie here. Fuck up the bad guy. Nicely done.
rid of it?
About 2 weeks.
Okay, so you drop the kid off and then you come back.
Yeah.
Good. Listen, you. I bought this for you. Okay? You put that on, and you have to worry about none other kids messing with your head right here. Good? Good. You want to go to bed with me. Yeah. That is a cool trick. Did you ever think about going into show business? Because I could be a partner, I throw a rock at you, you make it float off and hit the wall, standing ovation. Oh. You ever hear Ed McMahon's Star Search? Do they have Star Search in Tibet? Probably not. Probably have food search. But you know what we could do? We could all go on Star Search, right? And we give the audience rocks and let them throw them at you, and then you can move your hand and make them all hit Ed McMahon. Hard.
Frank Welker. I knew that sounded familiar, the voice of that devil thing. Frank Welker's done a lot of stuff. Just look him up. But I've loved this film ever since I saw it as a kid. It's not just a nostalgia thing. Just another film I liked when I was a kid, Three Ninjas. I saw that in recent years. I couldn't get into it. So it's not just a nostalgia thing. I sincerely think this is a damn good movie. It's Eddie Murphy, Ordinary Man, Extraordinary Circumstances. Fast paced. I mean, the end credits have started. We're at an hour and 30 minutes. So probably like an hour and 29, hour and 28 when end credits started. Goes at a fast pace, in and out. Love the score. Love the songs. Best band in the world. Body Talk. Good supporting cast: Charles Dance, Victor Wan, James Hahn, Charlotte Lewis. You got martial arts. You got mysticism. You got demons. You got Eddie Murphy at the top of his game. Great lines of dialogue, memorable dialogue, adventure. I don't know what's not to like about the film. Never understood the hate for this. Never will. Criminally underrated. And I'm sorry. Oh, Chris Walas, Demon Props. Chris Walas, who would work on The Fly the same year and would go on to direct The Fly 2. I don't give a fuck what Eddie Murphy says. He can call this a piece of shit as much as he wants. The stuff you've done the past 5 years are pieces of shit. You say stuff he's done the past 10 years, 99% of them have been pieces of shit. So I'll stick with this one. Yeah, Wisdom of the Ages, John Barry. Yeah. Of course, Industrial Light and Magic worked on the visual effects. Didn't even mention that. Phil Tippett. Not recognizing much of the other names. But yeah, kudos to all of them, man. Kudos to all of them for making this a very fun, underrated movie. Oh, I guess so. They did film in Nepal. It says right there. Co-produced by Industrial Light and Magic. Always enjoyed the poster too. So, but yeah, that's my fan commentary on The Golden Child. I love the film. Tremendous amount. I hope one day it does get a Blu-ray release. It deserves it. It richly deserves a Blu-ray. Special edition, no, because who's going to talk about the film unless they dog the film? I don't want features where they just make fun of the movie. So just to get it in a Blu-ray format would be good enough for me. Again, it richly deserves it. So, thanks for watching it's not much of a commentary, more of a reaction to watching The Golden Child again. Thank you, take care, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.